I'm really worried about you.
I'm fine, honey. It was just a fall.
Good morning, Mrs. Baker. My name is Elena. I'll be your nurse today. I hear you came in because of a fall recently.
Yes, I did fall.
Has anything else been going on lately?
Well, Mom! Mom, are you okay? Mom, sit down. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Help!
Mom, are you okay? I'm gonna call 911.
Well, Mrs. Baker, we're going to do a quick assessment on you.
Okay.
All right, Mrs. Baker, why don't you pull up on my hands with your feet? Okay, and push down against my weight here. This is just kind of giving me an idea of where your strength's at in your feet. Okay. All right, now we're going to check your hand grip. Just take my hands and go ahead and squeeze them as hard as you can. All right, I want to listen to your lungs a minute. So I'm going to have you sit forward just a touch. You can go ahead and grab my hand.
Oh, all right.
Thank you. Go ahead and take a couple deep breaths for me. Good. One more. And other side. Last time. Excellent. Go ahead and sit back down. So, how has your activity level been lately?
Oh, just fine.
Well, Mom, you haven't been knitting like you used to, and her speech has been kind of different lately.
Different how so?
I think I noticed that she was talking a little bit slower, and I couldn't really understand some of her words.
All right, Mrs. Baker, I'm going to go talk to the doctor for a few minutes. What happened? Are you okay? Is everything all right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll be back in a few minutes, okay? Here's your call light in case you need anything. All right. Hi, Dr. Gray.
Hi, Elena.
I just got out of room 204 with Mrs. Baker.
Okay.
She came in for a fall, but she's also had some other symptoms going on too. She's been doing some tripping around the house. She has some shortness of breath, a little bit of fatigue with that. Hasn't been knitting like she used to. She said she has trouble holding her needles, dropping things. You know, she's not able to drink very well. So I'm not sure. Did a quick assessment. Her strength isn't quite where it should be, I feel like, but might want to go take a look.
Okay. I'll take a look at her. Is that her file?
Yep, here you go.
All right, thanks.
Yep, no problem.
Hi, Mrs. Baker.
Hi.
I'm Dr. Gray. I'm your doctor today. You too. So I hear you've been having some trouble walking. You've had some falling spells.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Anything else going on?
Yeah, I've just been tired.
Okay. I'm gonna take a quick listen to you here. Can you sit up for me? All right. Have you been noticing any trouble swallowing liquids?
I cough a little bit.
Okay. Go ahead and press against my feet. Or my hands. Okay. Can you squeeze my hands?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. How long has this been going on?
A few weeks.
Okay. All right, well, we're going to run some tests, okay? And
Okay.
I'll be back in to see you shortly, all right?
All right.
So, Mrs. Baker,
Yeah.
all of our tests came back not showing much. I think she's got ALS.
Oh, geez.
So, we're gonna have to make some referrals. I'd like to get neurology on board.
Okay.
Maybe physical therapy and speech pathology. So we're gonna have to explain that to her.
All right.
So, Mrs. Baker, we got the results of your test back, and everything has come back pretty inconclusive. Everything that we've tested for has come back negative. So, unfortunately, I think that this might be ALS. And I know that that's probably a lot to process for you right now, but what we're going to start doing is getting you some referrals. I'd like neurology to come in and make a second opinion. And then we'll get you set up with some therapy, with physical therapy, occupational therapy. And we'd like to order a swallow test to make sure that you're not choking on anything. After that, we'll probably bring you back in about 6 months to do another check to see if there's any progression. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, doctor.
You're welcome.
So, Mrs. Baker, I have a new medication for you to take. It's called Rilotech, and it's been shown to help slow the progression of ALS. It should help you be able to breathe on your own for longer. So one thing you're going to want to remember with the Rilotech is it can cause a little bit of postural hypotension. So when you switch positions, like when you're getting up from sitting or when you get up in the morning especially, you might notice a little bit of dizziness or lightheadedness. So it's going to be important for you to do that very slowly in stages. Kind of, you want to sit up before you stand up, kind of get ready, and make sure that you have something you can hold on to just in case you do start feeling like that. Also, I went through your other medications, and I see that you're taking St. John's wort. Now, why are you taking that?
Well, my neighbor Helga, she said it's good to take it. She said it helps her out and makes her feel good, so she takes it. So I took it.
And how long have you been taking that?
About a month.
About a month? There are some things that interact with the St. John's wort specifically, and I don't think that that's a good thing for you to take with the Rilotech. So if you want to explore some other things you might be able to take instead, we could talk about that. And I could also get Dr. Gray in here to explain more if you need it. But I would stop taking the St. John's wort because of the interactions it will cause with the Rilotech, which is going to be really important for you now.
I don't need to take that.
Okay. Hey, Alexis.
Hi.
I just wanted to see if you had any questions about ALS.
I just don't really know what it is,
Okay.
honestly, so.
It stands for amyelinated lateral sclerosis.
Okay.
And what happens is it starts kind of at the extremities, and you lose strength and feeling in your neurons. It's a progressive disease, and there is no cure for it, unfortunately. The Rilotech that your mom will start taking will help to slow the progression of the disease. Something to think about moving forward, though, as the disease progresses, it will eventually start to influence things like your digestion. That will slow way down. Also, your breathing will become more difficult. At some point, she may need you to be put on a ventilator to keep her alive because she won't have that muscle control to be able to breathe on her own. Swallowing will be an issue, becoming more so as time goes on.
Okay.
So that's something else to think about. Cognitively, she's aware of everything. She knows what's going on. She knows that something's not right, and that may be very frustrating for her also.
Okay. How long will
So-
this take?
It varies.
Okay.
It can be, usually the Rylotech will extend someone's life by about 3 months.
Okay. So
Something
very short.
It's hard to say how long it's going to take overall, but we're going to give her a little extra time with the Rylotech.
Okay.
Another thing to think about is, do you know if she has a living will or an advance directive of any kind?
I don't think she does.
Okay. That's something that we'll probably want to discuss here, because if she does need to be put on a ventilator, does she want to be put on a ventilator? You know, we're going to want to make these arrangements ahead of time when everybody can make good decisions rather than in the heat of the moment.
Okay.
So we'll go talk to her about that now. I just kind of wanted to let you know what was going on.
All right. Thank you. Yep.
So Mrs. Baker, I've got a few things here that I wanted to go over with you. It's going to help your daughter take care of you. It's going to help you stay active as long as possible. So here, first of all, I'm going to give you this card that has the name of a really good home care business in the area. Also some other resources. So if your daughter needs help caring for you at home, even a few hours a week or something, then that would be a good place to call to start with. Also, you're going to want to try to stay active at home. You don't want to just sit around. It's going to help you to get up and move when you can. Don't overdo it though. If you're fatigued, make sure you rest. With your bowel movements, you're going to want to make sure you keep track of all of those. How many times a day, what the consistency's like. I'll give you a sheet that it just explains everything. And that'll be really easy for you two to kind of double check and make sure everything looks good on her end. When you are at home, if you're going to sit or lay for a long period of time, you'll want to change positions. Move on your side, sit in a different chair, because we want to maintain your skin integrity as well. That's going to help you, you don't want to have any issues with circulation or anything that aren't part of the process here. So also physical therapy taught you some range of motion exercises. I'll give you some more handouts about that to take home. Make sure that she's kind of keeping up with that. Again, don't overdo it. If you need to split it up into smaller chunks through the day to keep her from getting tired, that would be a good way to do that. You're also going to want to maintain your fluid intake. So they recommend about 2.5 liters a day. And that would be another thing along with your bowel movements to kind of track, how much are you drinking? Is it easy to drink? Are you having difficulty swallowing? That's going to help us kind of track where you're at also to see what else we can do to help you. Okay?
Okay.
When you are sitting, it's good to sit up straight. That's going to help you breathe better. You're going to get a greater lung expansion when you're breathing, and you won't get as fatigued that way either. Also with a bed, on there is another place that can help you get a hospital bed for her, so she can kind of be elevated almost like this while she's sleeping. That's going to help her be able to breathe better in her sleep as well. If we need to, in between meals, we might want to supplement with a liquid supplementation like an Ensure or something like that to make sure that you're getting enough nutrition, because part of your fatigue could also be caused by a lack of nutrients getting in your body.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me about any of that?
Nope, I don't think so. It's just a lot to take in.
It is a lot, but my number's on there too. If you need anything, you can always call one of us here. Dr. Gray's number is on there as well if you have more questions, and try to see what we can do to help you out.
Okay.
Keep you as comfortable as we can.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Mom, are you okay?
You're laughing.
All right, I'm gonna go talk to the doctor. And what? April, what's your doctor name?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
But I would stop taking the St. John's wort because of the interactions it will cause with the Rylotech, which is going to be really important for you now.
I don't need to take that.
Okay.
I can tell Helga it's bad and she should stop taking it too.